Okay, so I am going to do this run and explain all of my picks and plays. I am going to be drafting using Hearth Arena, which is, if you are a newer player, I highly recommend downloading and using to help with your drafts. And I'll explain a little bit about how to draft using Hearth Arena, because it's not just about taking the highest number. A general rule is if the cards are closer than 20 or 15, that it's your choice. But if they're like 30 or more away, then you should go with what the algorithm is suggesting you to take. Um, so these are more than 30 away, and you can tell like this fireball is just better than the other two cards. So at the beginning of drafts, you usually just take the best card for like the first 10-ish picks, and then you can start considering other factors. These picks are all very close. I do like Cult Master a lot, but any of these cards are very viable here. Cult Master is a little bit harder to use in Mage, but I personally like it a lot because just the card draw is very helpful. Water Elemental is uh it's nice because it can freeze the attacking minions like Paladin and Rogue, and it's just very well statted for 4 mana. Um, this pick is between the Arcane Intellect and the Camouflage. I like my late game minions to be of slightly higher quality usually, and Arcane Intellect is a fine card, so I would lean towards it here. Um, Here it would be between Goblin and an Explosion. Wormrest Purifier is terrible. Unless your deck is just absolute trash and you see this at the end as a way to potentially increase the quality of your deck. But Goblin Blast Mage is just fairly statted with the potential upside of I can up a, more than Arcane Missiles. We already have a Cult Master. You never take two. Gyrocopter is good because it can help clear the board with initiative for removal. And Walnut Sprite is good because it can be like a below average early game drop or a late game drop. Um, so they're both good. Having more cards with initiative can be nice a little bit earlier. Probably Mermy because Vexcrow requires other cards to be useful, and we don't really have cards that work with it right now because you usually want 1 or 2 mana spells to go with Vexcrow. And Mermy's basically an Argent Squire, and it's fine to have as a 1-drop. Arcane Breath is really, really powerful. Between the Arcane Breath and the Worgen Infiltrator, they're almost the same thing, except Arcane Breath, you can attack that. You can do the damage the turn you play it, whereas like Worgen is like you're investing in doing it later. But if you have a dragon, Arcane Breath is insane. So it's a pretty high priority pick. Um, I don't like having too many 1-drops, especially in Mage right now. My limit would be 3, but I usually wouldn't even want that. I would probably want to stop at 2. So I'll probably go with the Boom Pistol here. It's just a solid 5-drop. 3 mana 3/4s, especially early on, unless the other cards are really good, are just really safe picks. Again, like it's a good 1-drop, but I don't think I don't want to get too many 1-drops early because I'm not a big fan of aggressive mage. I like between mid range and control mage right now. We'll see how many, if we get any. Like in order to play that though, like if we get another fireball and like no AOE, then we might have to play more aggressive. But for now, I'll go with the walnut sprite. These are both really good cards. Shredder is just the best 4-drop in the game right now. Flame Cannon is incredibly powerful removal early, but it's really hard to pass on Shredder. So I am super happy that I didn't take those Mermies, because Zephyrus is absolutely incredible. Like I've talked about maybe not right now, but I've talked about maybe considering not taking a duplicate of like below average cards the first 10 picks, but I wasn't even considering that this run. But yeah. Zephyrus is pretty incredible. I think it's worth it to force not taking duplicates for him. I actually like Burly a little bit more than most people, but we already have 3 4-drops and no 2-drops basically, because you can't play Zephyrus on 2, but you don't really want to. This is a little tough because it's really early. I think the Wasteland Scorpion is too bad to take. So I think I'm gonna take the Fireball. If it was like, yeah, I think it's just too bad. If it was just like a medium quality card, like I'm just trying to think of something that I would take over. What would I take over Fireball here? Like I would take an Evasive Draconid over Fireball here to stop the duplicate. Just trying to think of good examples. Like I might even take like a Dark Iron Dwarf. But Wasteland Scorpion is just too low of quality, and one duplicate isn't, especially when it's a quality card, it's okay to take duplicates sometimes. You do really want to avoid it though. Cards are all pretty bad. I'm looking at the Ancient Mage or the Mana Worm. I'm probably gonna take the Mana Worm. It feels really bad though. There aren't a lot of really big beasts for Hemet to hit. There's some. Shuma is very strong. Shuma can be good with Cult Master. Archmage Arugel is fine as well. It's nice with Arcane Intellect. It also just like pressures them into having to do take action. But like if you're ahead on the board, Shuma's pretty difficult to deal with. So I think I'm gonna go with Shuma. I would respect any of these picks though, I think. I'm not sure there are enough beasts in the meta for Hemet though. Yeah, Evasive Draconid, it helps with the Arcane Breath as well, and it's just a very solid card. Yeah, nothing's really good here. Just take a cycle. Again, not very good cards. I think we go with the Jeeves. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if we're gonna be able to dump our hand fast enough for Jeeves to make a difference, but hello, Kaladar. Sticky fingers. I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna look at the win rates on HS Replay. So what you can do, the first thing you can do before you even pick your class is you go to HS Replay and you go to the win rates and you click on Arena and you can see the win rates of all the classes. And then you can click on the class. So and then you can put in a comma and then sticky. So Sticky Fingers has a higher deck win rate. And we're not like a super aggressive deck. You would expect Sticky Fingers to have a higher played win rate because you're stealing a weapon a lot of the time. So I think I'm gonna take the Sticky Fingers. We already have a Cult Master. I like the Clockwork Gnome. It also synergizes with some of our other cards as well. Arcane Amplifier is really good. And you don't really want a third Fireball in your Zephrys deck. Okay. I don't think I can take the Arcane Amplifier. And the Animated Avalanche is a little tough to make work. I'm considering the 2-drop. Just to help our curve out. Because we only have 1, 2, 3 right now. And yeah, I think we just need to not die. These are both really good cards, though. Well, Animated Avalanche is like a win condition that's okay, but I don't like it unless I have the Hellbringer. So I'm gonna take the 2-drop. It's really sad to pass on the Animated Avalanche there. I think these are both very close. Again, I kind of want to just take the 2-drop for curve and give us, and then we don't have to worry about curve as much. We like need like 1 or 2 more 3-drops. I don't actually have I don't really have set rules for how many of each drop I need. Because like I'm not gonna take a 2-mana 2/2 that often because I need a 2-drop. Because it usually just sets back too much. All these cards are just too bad. You can't take a 3rd Fireball if you want Zephrys to be active, I feel like. The Arcane Flak Mage is really good. It's just a 2-drop with upside. So this is close because I feel like we could really use the Blizzard, but Azure Explorer is like a win condition. And it also activates Arcane Breath. I think I'm gonna go with the Azure. Because we have like, other than the Evasive Draconid, I'm not sure how we're gonna kill our opponents. Yeah, Unstable Portal is just, it's fun and it's a lot better than those other cards. Okay. This, I think, is close as well. Does chat have any input? I kind of want to take the Azure Explorer, but 2 duplicates with Zephrys is really dangerous. It's pushing it. Like, if it was the Arcane Amplifier, I could have seen the Arcane Amplifier more. Like, if this was an Arcane Amplifier, I would take it. Because you can keep that in your mulligan. We're not going to keep these. cards in our mulligan as often. I don't think we want another 2-drop as much. 7 2-drops. Gonna take it and maybe regret it. So afterwards, what you can in Hearth-Arena, you can go to deck basics, and it'll try to tell you what the archetype is, and the deck tier score is, it doesn't take into account synergies or curve or anything. It's just strictly based on excuse me, the base tier score of each card that you pick.
Khadgar versus Rastakhan. Before King Rastakhan.
Generally, you want curve when you're starting with deck. Let me get so my deck tracker is working. So you want stuff to play when you're going first. It's more important to have a 1-drop. You want a 1 or a 2 going first. 3-drops are more okay going second. So we're gonna have to pay attention to our duplicates a lot. So we have one of them. I will play that next turn, most likely. And we also play the Clockwork Gnome next to it. It's really nice that it's protected, and we can potentially get the Goblin Blast Mage off next turn. Okay, so Goblin Blast Mage, and then most likely trade to kill it. Technically got the most damage faced, so that's nice.
I am the storm of your demise.
I think we get rid of the minion, and we can do that with the Arcane Amplifier. I don't really consider any of the other plays, because everything else leaves us too weak on the board. And fighting for the board in Arena is probably the biggest thing you need to do. And then at some point you eventually start going face, but learning to fight for the board is like step 1. So here, between Malagos and Evasive Worm, Malagos is just stats, which is nice. Evasive Worm is just a super powerful tempo play, and I'm gonna take that. And then I'm gonna hero power down the 3 health minion. We're not doing a lot with spell damage in this deck. I'm actually going to take the hit on that, I think. Because I actually value the life on the Arcane Amplifier more. I should have played the Evasive Worm in the middle, I think, to play around Lightning Breath. But, not terrible. Hit Crocolisk. Okay. Don't have a way to kill it. That's good. Gonna draw one card. Of course I lose the spell damage though, but I think we can just kill it now, and it's fine. We only have one or we have 2 dragons. It's so either a Arcane Breath and Hero Power or Mana Worm, Arcane Breath, and then taunt the Mana Worm. I think a Hero Power, Arcane Breath. And next turn we'll probably try to do something with the Gyrocopter. That's it. I was trying really hard to protect our minions on the board. That was a really unfortunate draw for us. That's gonna be hard to deal with. So again, I want to protect the Arcane Amplifier. I'm gonna do this. Hope this works out. Good chance it doesn't. I don't know why he conceded, but we won. I didn't feel very confident, but I guess him not being able to handle the Wind Fury minion made him concede.
Versus Mage.
None can escape my fury.
Knowledge is power.
I'll keep a 3/2. Keep the Unstable Portal. I'll toss the Azure. Against Rogue, early game board control is really important. I'll start with a 2/3. Not that's fortunate. I'm gonna go with the unstable. I just don't like this dying for free. I'll do it next turn, but it'll be a good turn 4.
Who in their right mind hides loot?
Walnut Sprites. Better. We don't have to save it for turn 9. We're just trying to not get destroyed. Another backstab. I mean, he's gonna be lower on resources because of those backstabs, and he has to deal with a pretty big minion right now. Okay, I was worried he had an assassinate at first, and I was like, no, not okay.
Come, my pretty birds.
probably get rid of the spell damage and ping the Ravencaller. The best draw would be Flame Ward here. Yeah, Flame Run. Do want to ping that. I think I'll just play everything down. We have to draw a Fireball. So every turn is like a 10% chance for Zephyrus to be active.
I wonder.
Gonna start with the Azure Explorer. It's between Malagos and Twin Tyrant.
There must be a way.
I think I'll just go with the Twin Tyrant. Oh no! He had a Hungry Crab. That's unfortunate. I do think it was really close between the Malagos and the Twin Tyrant, though.
Swiftly. I am ready.
Here we have a Fireball. So Zephyrus can bail us out at any time.
Your feeble magic amuses me.
Could it have given me anything there? I don't think so. Like, that's gonna die anyway. You might as well draw a card. Oh, that's a terrible play. Oh, that's just terrible by him. If he plays Zephyrus on turn 10, it almost always gives you Tyrion, or on 10 mana, it'll almost always, which is one of the most powerful cards in the normal set, so if you can, it's usually a safe thing to wait for.
Ready, sir.
You might want to Flame Strike. Hmm.
Wanna blow something up?
See how this goes. Like, if he's able to play too much on the board, you can just go for Nether. if I need to.
Get these off of me!
I can also just go for Flame Strike. Only got 2 cards left. I could get this down and go. Does Zephyrus know if you have spell damage? It does, right? Because I could get an Arcane Explosion to clear the board, if it does. I think it does. This might not work, because Zephyrus can be unreliable, but I'm gonna leave it with 2 mana. Deathwing's tempting. I'll just go with the Azure Explosion. Please, if it doesn't give me an Arcane Explosion, I'll be so mad. Okay. Deathwing was also a viable pick there.
Your magic shall not save me.
Hello, OPN. I don't want to run out of resource. Debating whether I fireball that or not for 8. I think I'll just kill the Spellbreaker.
Slippery! There must be a way.
I'm always trading this off. I'm always gonna play Nithog. The only question is if I play Cult Master or no. Play Cult. Get the 1 card at least. I'll get both.
I wonder.
So we should get 1. I don't know what. Oh, that's a spare part. So we should be pretty far ahead. Oh, and we have the Cobalt Sticky Fingers. So, yeah, this game's super open.
Swiftly.
Well played. Waste it now.
We could play a little better around cards like Betrayal, but he seems super dead.
Rotten to my core.
Trying to see if... I'll just do maximum damage to his face.
Fly, my children.
Okay. I think we had lethal, but it was close. When Kobold Sticky Fingers hits, it's very powerful. But like not all classes have weapons, and
Khadgar versus
it's pretty expensive.
You asked for it.
knowledge is power.
So like yeah, in this matchup, it's literally just a 5-mana 4. So we keep the 2-drop. Mulligan the rest. We have a good curve. We have one of our duplicates. Yeah, so Zephyrus, it tries to find you the best card in classic or basic cards. But it doesn't know what's in your hand. The main things that the algorithm will focus on is the amount of mana you have left and the board state. And then there's sometimes it'll try and give you a card that you can play the next turn. It'll usually prioritize a card that you can play the turn that you play Zephyrus, though. So you could just play Arcane Amplifier here. But then it would just be a 2/5, and next turn we're probably going to want to play a 4-drop. So I would rather... We have two very good 4-drops. So what I'm going to want to do is go coin 4-drop, and then play the other 4-drop, and then on turn 5 we can play Arcane Amplifier and Ping. And there's actually a chance that we're just so far ahead that we just snowball the game from that point. If it doesn't hit this, I think we just win. It hit it. And I'd continue the plan. There are only so many spells he can play next turn. I'm gonna go face. If he had an Arcane Breath, he would have played it last turn. He could have a secret. And the secret could be... Flame Ward. It is Flame Ward. I'll stick with the plan for now. He's down to 15. Like, he had a strong answer, and we're still pretty far ahead. I'm just gonna keep chipping away at his life. Like, Fireball Ping is 7 damage. So he has, like, not a lot of life left. This forces him to have a spell. Basically, he needs a taunt or a spell to deal with this.
The sands of her sculpting. The sands of her sculpting.
Oh yeah, Zephyrus also will take into account what your hero power is when it's calculating damage. So Zephyrus isn't active, but we just have lethal. So that's good. And he had 3 Dune Sculptors. One of them was generated. Oh yeah, sorry if I'm interacting with chat less. I'm trying to focus on gameplay for this run. And then after this run, it'll go back to normal.
You asked for it.
Knowledge is power.
Or normal for streaming. We keep the 2-drop. Fireball is a duplicate, but it's not super useful going first since it's removal. Like sometimes going second, you can keep a card. Well, you probably still wouldn't keep Fireball. But if your other cards are a good curve, you could consider keeping it. Just because it is a powerful removal card in general. Probably just play the 3-drop out. Again, it's a understated 3-drop.
Your power. Limitless.
Play out the Azure Explorer. We don't have anything to do next turn. I might just take the big ol' whelp. Onyxia is really... It's never Brightwing. But I'm thinking about what I'm going to want to do next turn. I think I'm going to take the big ol' whelp. I'm also going to pre-bump. Because I really... Like, this needs to die. And this makes his turn more complicated. Which is good for us. Okay, being able to kill the Arcane Amplifier is important. Oh.
Your power. Limitless.
A little tricky. We'll have to play the Boom Pistol next turn.
Nobody move.
You can kind of see why I wanted this card so bad when it was offered the first or the second time.
Trogzor. Trogzor.
Gonna start with the Mad Bomber, probably into
Something up.
Sticky Finger. And there's no weapons to steal in this matchup. Get a value for it while we can. Arcane Breath would be good. I mean, Fireball would be nice to just try to get us to turn 10. We really want to get to turn 10 so we can get Tyrion probably. Or turn 10 with an active Zephyrus.
What to do? What to do?
Nobody move.
Ain't no bit. Oh, that's rough. Okay, that works out okay. I don't get to play the Cult Master, but at least we clear the board. And now he has to play around 6 secrets, I believe. So the first minion he plays will usually be weaker here. He still has the coin. So he's less likely to be scared of a spell seeker, of a counter spell.
Firebomb ready.
I'll start with the Gnomish Inventor. Gonna play cards. I think I'll take Malagos. More health. And Arcane Breath would be so... It would be so fun. It would do 7 damage. Even active Zephyrus, though. So I think we just drop Tyrion.
Put your faith in the light.
Hope he doesn't have Polymorph.
Hmm.
Freezing it. Oh, he's just trying to keep his minion alive, I guess. Ooh. Ouch. Oh, that's a new animation. That's pretty cool. Gonna... I want to start hitting him in the face. So, dropping Malagos. Shuma was also an option, but that went very poorly against, Flame Strike. Like, super poorly. And he proved that he didn't have incredible single target removal. That's not great for us. That's a little upsetting. Not gonna lie. Gonna go with the card that can't be targeted by all the spells he just discovered. We are not getting a lot of value from this Ashbringer. One damage phase probably won't matter, but that needs to die. can see he's valuing keeping it alive over a 3/3. I'm just gonna play my max. I'll be able to kill one of these with an Arcane Amplifier. At worst.
I will be your doom. Ready?
Flames. Rolling Fireball. Okay, we are in not die mode. To an extent. He's pretty low on cards in his hand. So we're just gonna fight for the board. Maybe we can get Shuma into Cult Master.
There's a price on your head.
Okay, well, at least that's gonna die. Most likely. We can draw 2 cards in full clear. So I think I'm gonna do that. Get the cards while I can. It was a little defensive to do that, but I think it's okay. Hit crack. No way that's a spell. Okay. Interesting. Gonna go with Shuma. We're dead to Fireball. Or Pyro. We're out of healing. We only have 7 cards left. But we don't have enough life to worry about that, I don't think. Although, like, they could make us draw too many. Potentially. I think we ignore Obelisk completely. Okay, I don't think I draw anymore.
Who's next? I am ready. Fire.
I'm gonna want the spell from that, probably. I don't think leaving this up matters in the slightest. It is a target for Faceless Corruptor. Yeah, I would have played the Nightmare Amalgam if we didn't have an Arcane Breath in our deck.
Your
Okay, I didn't have a way to kill it anyway. But we are on a clock now. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, I'm just playing everything. Next turn we can draw for Fireball. So I don't know how much damage that is yet. But it should be lethal. Because Arcane Intellect, we only have 3 cards, so Arcane Intellect will draw the rest of our deck. Good game. I can't explain super well why I instinctually stopped drawing when I did, but yeah, it was just an instinctual thing. Like, I had the Arcane Intellect, and we were at like 12 life, I think, at the time. I don't think I keep Zephyrus. We're going second, so you keep the Water Elemental, I think, but I think these are like a later game win condition because we have the 2 duplicates. So with the Mermy. There is a small argument to say you just go for it as a 3-2, but I don't like that. It feels too bad. Just ping and go coin 3-3 again. Or coin 4-4. Usually you play... Shredder is like the best thing to do on turn 4. So... Just because... It's just so much health to go through.
No tomb can hold me.
It's a very powerful card.
No tomb can hold me.
An interest... yeah, no, that was the right choice by him. Gonna go for stats. Also, Water Elemental is just really good against Warrior. I want to be able to kill that. Don't like those, so we can go for a reroll. Get the spell damage for the Arcane Breath. Get another Fireball. There isn't a 6-mana weapon. I might want to start freezing his face so like Gorehell doesn't destroy us. It's annoying, but not the end of the world. I wanted to make it so it took 2 traits to kill the Azure Explorer. See what this does. I like that. I'm not trading off. The 2/2 makes me think he might not have a dragon in his hand.
As the witch commands.
Is it worth it to look for the flip? Zephyrus is active as well. I think I'm just gonna play a taunt and freeze. Next turn, like, I can play Azure Explorer and Fireball that down if I need to. Or I can start drawing with Cult Master. I think there's 6 spare parts, and one of them would flip the stats, which would have made dealing with this a lot easier, but... I don't think it was worth the risk in that moment.
By moon and spear.
Azure Twin Tyrant is just king the vast majority of the time. Take the most damage off the board by killing the 3/1. Go face.
Defend the gates.
So board is in trouble. Twin Tyrant should take out whatever he plays though. Yeah, I'm just gonna go Tyrant. There's a lot of stats on the board. We have our Sticky Fingers, which is actually good against this class, so that's nice. Oh, it's only 4 damage to protect it with a stealth, so I'll leave it. Really? Fine. I'm gonna fireball it. And I need to take back the board at some point. Oh, this will be active, so that's good. Alright. I'm just gonna play the secret. It does get benefit from the spell power. It doesn't show it, but it would do 5 damage. When it was in my hand, it showed it, but he was gonna trade every time. Scorpid is frustrating.
Life and hope are worth fighting for.
Not a ton of benefit to playing these right now with the poison out. If he attacks my face, all the minions will take enough damage that I can start killing stuff off. So I can ping that now. Trade this in there. Or let's see, how much life does he have? Play Cult Master.
Life at any cost. We must stop this corruption.
Alex, it won't do much. Painted Dragon in hand doesn't do anything. We're always pinging this down. And I'll fireball this. Why didn't I fireball the poison? Oh my god. Yeah, I should have fireballed the poison guy, chat. I should have fireballed the poison guy. Okay. That was a Pepega moment. Oh my gosh, I have so much regret in my life. And now our hand is full.
Your wish is my suggestion. Astonishing.
We might need another next turn. So
Your power limitless. You're not ready for this.
any cards to just trade. Kinda just tempoing stuff out. It's okay to make mistakes, chat. But yeah, I I had made my decision what I did too early into my opponent's turn. And that was the biggest mistake I made that turn. And like I said, if we ever lose the board too much, we can always twist another.
Wanna blow something up?
Oh wow. It would have been nice to ping that maybe, but getting a Tyrion down is good. And we can even just go for a second Tyrion if we don't ever lose the board too badly. Yeah, no, the reason I made that mistake was I made my decision too early into his turn. I didn't think about the cards that he played. Like when I stealthed it, I had thought about trading it in the next turn. I went too quickly. A third Twin Tyrant.
For Azeroth. Observe and
I might need healing is my biggest concern.
time.
He has to trade. He needs 1 damage in hand, and he has it. I played very poorly this game. I did not play around a swapping spare part. I don't blame myself for that. I thought about playing another Tyrion there. That was a win that we misplayed.
Khadgar versus Uther. I will fight with honor. Knowledge is power.
Not thinking about the swap stats, I'm not upset about that at all. Yeah, we could have even cleared the board, which was probably the right play.
I am ready.
I was just thinking of letting him commit more to the board and then clearing it. There were a lot of plays I could have done that were all better than what happened. I may have been a little flustered from my misplay. Which is a bad mistake to make. When you make a mistake, it's important to only let that mistake affect you. Like, lose that turn. You don't want to, like, lose more than the 1 turn. The Goblin Blast Mage should Be very strong here. I'm gonna pre-trade with this to make sure that the minion dies. If you don't do the pre-trade, there's a good chance that it'll only take 2 hits, and then you miss 1 damage face.
What you want?
Not on my watch.
Always do this. I'm gonna play the Shredder and taunt it. So I wanted to push the damage there. Paladin's strength is buffing minions on their own board. So I mean, he's unlikely to be able to buff anything.
The victory.
That was a bit of a high roll on the Shredder.
Khadgar versus Uther. I will fight with honor. Knowledge.
Get rid of the Mana Worm. Terrible card. Keep the Shredder, because we're on coin. He kept 2 cards. You just hope it's not Sanctuary.
Shields off. Red alert.
You just ping it. Like, you basically take 2 damage to ping it over playing the Flak Mage. Unlikely for him to do this trade.
Reporting for duty.
Okay. But like, just, oh my god.
More left in me.
We have an active Zephyrus. We do have a rush minion. I do value clearing the board against Paladin a little bit higher than other classes because of their access to Pharaoh's Blessing and Blessing of Kings. And Sand Breath.
Special delivery.
I'm gonna kill that with the Arcane Breath. That's active. I actually kind of like Spellbender against Paladin, although I don't think we'll get a chance to play it. I'll just take the Fireball.
I'll take you with me. Reporting for duty.
Play Wind Fury Harpy. It does activate Blast Mage for next turn if I want to. Or we can set up Shuma.
Listen here.
Another big taunt, and we can Zephyrus now.
Looks like I'm here just in time. You're brought to be a fierce one.
Hut, hut, hut! Die!
What is 6 times 4? 24? This is lethal, right? Oh, I don't have enough mana. Will it give me Bloodlust? It has to, right? Like, it's so much damage. Alright. I don't know what it'll give me. And I can't get lethal.
I wonder. Let me think.
Something needs tinkering?
I must move quickly. Reporting for duty.
I'm not sure how far over lethal it is.
Your wish is my suggestion. The victory is yours.
But it's pretty far over lethal. He spent a long time thinking about it. The deck does have 2 duplicates in it. So you have to look at Zephyrus as purely a late game card.
Khadgar versus Uther. I will fight with honor. Knowledge is power.
I'll keep the Mad Bomber and ditch the other 2.
Wanna blow something up?
Heard the cost 3 or less would be very important here. Or even play that.
Hoo-hoo, yeah! Got it!
It can make his turns more tricky. Okay, well, he did not care. Now we have a third duplicate in our deck.
You're not ready for this. Basket foot.
Wonder if he has a secret in his deck.
Are you ready for this?
Hello, JV.
Good explorer comes from
Well, he's not attacking face this turn.
Reporting for duty.
Yes, he would need damage from hand in order to deal with Shuma, so I'm gonna play it out. Anything but Consecration or Wild Pyromancer and we should be good. Because Cult Master should refill our hand. Next one. Okay, so we get to draw at least 2 cards.
join or die.
1 duplicate. I think I want to keep drawing. Our next cards were not good. Now, do I get the stuff out of my hand? Yeah. Like, if we didn't keep drawing, those cards would have been terrible to be top decking. He's got some pretty strong... I mean, card advantage will be close when Sephiroth. Like, if I can get Tyrion going. I'll fireball that. Do I care about having anything on the board? I don't think so. Once I draw the Azar Explorer, I could actually, like, get a Black Knight with Rusty Horn to kill something if I needed to. That was unexpected.
Your power, limitless. Reporting for duty. Nobody move! And no one gets hurt!
I definitely want to Echo of Medivh Zephyrus back into my hand. I would really like it if I could get the card from it as well.
Another soul to consume. Reporting for duty.
Okay, Ooze is good.
Your feeble magic.
Play the Albatross. If I can get another evasive, there's a good chance I'll just play Zephyrus for the free minion.
Pass me that Arclight spanner.
Your wish is my suggestion. Dispelled.
Okay.
Fireball ready.
Right there? Nope.
Your presence offends me.
Still isn't going face.
Pass me that Arclight spanner.
If he gets a silver sword, I think we just lose on the spot. Gonna get rid of that. As long as I get the Azure Explorer, everything's fine. I think. Actually, only one Zephyrus might be an issue now.
Reporting for duty.
But yeah, the burden of clearing is on me.
Drag no stupid.
He has 11 cards left. Like, between the Azure Explorers and the Walnut Spirit, it should be fine. Yeah, he's playing along, like, he knows eventually Zephyrus will be active.
I wonder.
Did I play Flame Ward on turn 3?
Your presence offends me. Reporting for duty.
Another Albatross. Oh, that's always gonna happen. Always happening. I'd prefer this to not be dead on board. No dragon in hand. No dragon in hand.
Reporting for duty.
Interesting for him. I guess I could have killed one of those. Maybe. Pharaoh's Blessing is like worst case scenario. Okay. Do I Black Knight that? Probably not. Probably just Tyrion.
For duty.
Given the opportunity.
Stratholm will be purged.
Reporting for duty.
What are you guys thinking of playing? Hey, we got it, chat.
Your wish is my suggestion.
We're going Tyrion.
Put your faith in the light. Reporting for duty. Let me think.
I don't know if he's tilting. He's thinking super hard though. So we shouldn't run out of cards now. I actually don't want this to die.
For Azeroth. Reporting for duty.
I dream and the
For
world
Azeroth.
By moon and spear!
Okay. And we finally did it. That game. We just needed to wait for Zephyrus, and we were fine. It took until we had 3 cards left. That's the danger of taking any duplicates. I could have stolen the weapon, but then I couldn't have played Ysera. And I wanted to play Ysera.
Khadgar versus Lunara.
Hmm.
The forest fights back.
Knowledge is power.
I'll keep this hand. We do only have 3 dragons, so it's a little dangerous. Considering last game... I'll start with Hermie. Since it's better into Mad Bomber. I think. Maybe it's worse. It's worse. Whatever. Wrathing instead of hero powering. His hand must be really bad if he's doing that. We don't have anything to play, so that's why I'm doing this. Arcane Breath for 4 damage is a lot better than Arcane Breath for 2. But yeah. You can tell, when he wrathed for 1, it was a sign that he didn't have a 3-drop. We get offered enough. It's active, so I'll take the Dragon Queen. We already have the Fireball in the Azure Explorer. So, rip him.
I am ready.
My previous opponent needed to get through
Nobody move.
the, I thought I was going to be able to play at first. He needed to get through my secret much earlier. I think I'll just kill the minion.
There must be a way.
Guess I could do this first. Like, keeping a spell damage alive is nice, but this game's more about Dragon Queen Alexstrasza right now.
Your feeble magic.
Like, if he were to play Bad Luck Albatross, I might even give it 1 health and freeze it to keep it alive so that Dragon Queen doesn't get disrupted.
Neither snow nor rain nor witch.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
gonna clear the board. Freeze his face again.
A simple spell should do.
But yeah, like people play Highlander decks in standard for this and Zephyrus. It's pretty insane in Arena to have him.
Life and hope are worth fighting for.
Play them both. Trade with the water elemental. We can ping ourselves for a 6/6. Like Jirax's hero power, but slightly worse. I also want to play Boom Pistol Bully to play around Deathwing, probably.
Where shall I
Because there are not too many ways we lose this game. There's definitely a lethal. Right. Yeah. It should give me Crazed Chemist. A Bloodlust... Or yeah, there is no Bloodlust lethal, but... Oh. Oh yeah, and Wind Fury. Forgot about that.
Life at any cost.
Forgot about Wind Fury. I knew Crazed Alchemist was lethal. But yeah, he did get Dragon Queen and Zephyrus.
Khadgar versus Liadrin. My blade burns with holy fire.
knowledge is power?
Let's go with this. I like to have a 1-drop against Paladin sometimes because of Sanctuary is very frustrating.
Look what I found. Oh! This marks the spot.
A Cobalt Sticky Fingers could be good. Zephyrus can only get cards in the basic and classic set. Omen. So it is limited by that. Gonna get the Azure Explorer down. Try and go infinite with it. Still need a Fireball for Zephyrus to be active or Dragon Queen. I'm actually not going to play a minion this turn. So that I can... Hopefully he won't use the weapon. Against Paladin... Arcane Explosion is pretty good with Azure Explorer. If I wait to play it. And if I play a minion, like, he's going to attack into it.
My stick
The tricky play.
For Azeroth.
I'm worried. Okay. I'm more okay with that. I was worried about redemption. Mostly. I'm gonna bump. If all his minions get damaged, I'm happy. Because we have like a 3 damage AoE here. Gonna go with the Blast Mage for this turn. Wow. Well then. We're gonna take some damage here. Gonna cloak my 5/4. Like, I mean... Yeah. I was hoping it would hit the 1 health one. This is gonna hurt a lot. We can taunt soon. Next turn is reserved for clearing the board, though.
Your presence offends
Well. It's a very good clear. We can heal later. Piloted Shredder should be in the middle. I can thank you for following. Glad you enjoy.
Is someone injured?
Wait for me! Wait for me!
Reporting for duty.
Fireball. It's a very wide board. Just gonna taunt. I thought I was gonna be able to ping. Now I have to trade because I messed up. I thought I was at 10 mana for some reason. My fault. Oh my god. I mean, it's fine. But yeah, I messed up. Everything's fine.
Reporting for duty.
Much damage is that? Not enough. Fireball Cymat. Heal our face so we don't feel too scared.
Reporting for duty.
Running the program. Hug.
Gonna go for Shuma. Like, this game's basically unlosable.
Hurry up. Portals online.
Reporting for duty.
Doing what I could to make it so I'm as likely as possible to kill him next turn. While minimizing my risk. Okay. We're going first, I think. I think Shredder might be good enough to keep, but we have to ditch the other two then,
Knowledge is power.
for sure. But Shredder, like, it's just the best 4-drop in the game. You just hope you get something to play. Okay, we have a 2 and a 3. 3-ish.
I wonder.
X marks the spot.
I wonder.
Splody, go get him!
That's not gonna feel good. It's a lot of bombs. Or just 2 bombs isn't good. See what we played against. It was... So far this run we went against Shaman, Rogue, Mage, Warrior. We lost 2. Then Paladin, Druid, Paladin. So... Not super surprising. Hello, Kane. I don't think it affects what happens very much by doing that, other than... Like, if I trade into this, he gets to attack with 2 bombs next turn, whereas by, like, not attacking, can't attack with 2 bombs. Is my logic. Please. It ended up being pretty irrelevant.
Nobody move, and no one gets hurt.
Game's not going well.
No tomb can hold me. No tomb can hold me.
So this is dead 25% of the time. Hello, Criddler. But I feel a little behind, so I took a risk.
What now?
Can scare him. This is removal. Most likely this game.
For the war chief!
Just my best tempo play. Need to get to something. I don't even know. We need to hit something with our Azure Explorers. Our deck does lack late game a little bit. Go Azure Explorer. The Twin Tyrant is great. I don't want the tempo of Onyxia though. Should be able to clear his board. And we can kill half of it. Yeah, I think this is better than Twin Tyrant. We have to trade 3 of them off. I don't like just dumping my hand. Like, he doesn't know what this card is. So sometimes it can be more valuable in your hand than on the board. Not much, but it can be a little. Not Dragon Breeder, please.
You'll grow up to be a fierce one.
I don't know how we come back. I mean, Tyrion can come back.
Loot? What more can I ask for?
Does it ever give me Deathwing? No. I play this, it hit. Or no, he would play Twin Tyrant, or he would hit Twin Tyrant base. I don't want to ping. I don't think I can. Still kills these 2 minions, probably. Or if it doesn't kill that, then I can still ping it next turn. damage is this? Wait, I didn't even pay. I wasn't paying close enough attention that this wasn't the one he dragon breedered. um. Um.
Pass me that arc-light spanner.
Yeah, we weren't ready for that.
For Azeroth.
Which damage is it even? I don't think we can win. Maybe if all three of these went face.
Wanna blow something up?
On his face. Let's see, he's gonna be at 6. So yeah, I would need Arcane Amplifier and Azure Explorer to have a chance. So game's over unless he's trading bunch.
By moon and spear!
You only get him down to 4. Alright, good game. Maybe I need to hold on to an Azure Explorer, I'm not sure. We did hold on to the piloted shredder in our mulligan. Okay, now he's styling. Good game.
Khadgar versus Lunara.
The forest fights back.
Knowledge is power.
Zephyrus is active if I just keep this hand. I'm just gonna do it, chat. Like, we have a 2-drop. 2 2-drops.
Nature's blessings upon you.
3 2-drops for...
Wanna blow something up?
Bomber tried.
Now how about...
Hey, thank you everyone so much for watching today. If you enjoy this kind of content versus the normal, please let me know. Or if you enjoy the normal versus this, let me know that as well.
Yeah, you got it.
And if you enjoy, be sure to hit the follow button in the top right. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, comment, and like, and do all that. Thank you, Guy Grumpy.
What if...
Guy's playing really slow. Like, you can just trade and ping, but... So, like, if he takes the value trade, we can still ping and play Flak Mage next turn. So the 3-4 is just better. I mean, he can trade and hero power it down, but then we're basically in the same position we were anyway. And then something bad happens, but we're in an okay position to deal with it, I think. We do lose its special ability, but we have Arcane Amplifier next turn. Arcane Breath would be probably the best draw.
Where shall I strike?
Gonna play this in hero power. It limits what he can develop since he has to hero power it down and trade. So, like, he can't play an Emerald Explorer. Okay, well, he top decked a Yeti. It was unfortunate. I think the play was okay. Try and get a Dragon Queen. It's the wrong queen. He'll take the Cobalt to help with the curve.
Now, how about...
Ouch. Indy, thank you for following. Glad you enjoy. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm going to kill off the 2 minions and just leave them with 1 Treant while discovering a spell. Gonna go with Unstable Portal since we don't really have a lot of staying power in our hand. Probably gonna try and start with Unstable next turn. Like, when he drops a big guy, we're in trouble. We have a Fireball, but not a great answer. Well, we can... have to take care of that. Too much damage. Get a minion down. Hopefully he doesn't have any more. Like, if he plays Dragon Queen here, we would just lose. We're at a pretty high life total, so that's good. He instantly picked that card. Very concerning. Look for an Arcane Breath or a Polymorph. Either.
I am ready.
An okay card, but we own it. Oh, I guess I do have a Shredder. Okay. Could be worse. Could also be significantly better. Twisting Nether would be really good off Zephyrus. Hello, Andrew. Because it would summon a 6/6. That's incredibly bad. We basically need Zephyrus or we're dead next turn, I think. Well, we can still anti-kill bot. So I think we have 1 turn. But we need Zephyrus in the next 2 for sure.
That was wild.
I think we lost. What would be sick is if we got Tyrion in our hand and then we were able to kill this off.
If
And then it would just summon it.
Your feeble magic amuses me.
Is there any way we don't die? Nope. Well played. The deck did have a lot of powerful cards. I mean, when we didn't discover Dragon Queen, it was a lot less busted. When we did discover Dragon Queen, we basically won on the spot.
now how about
The spell we discovered off Arcane Breath was less nutty. And we just didn't draw Zephyrus this game.
well played?
I did make our... I did weaken us a little by keeping the Fireball and Azure Explorer early. So that was a small mistake. But it was a fun run. There was the one play where I traded Alex into Poison. And we later lost because I left the Twin Tyrants on the board. So there was room for improvement. But if you guys enjoyed this, please let me know. Gonna try and do some more of these relatively soon. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed, please either follow on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube. And that's it for this session. Goodbye.